Well, this might look a little familiar. Welcome back. Welcome to home. It's usually known as home, although it refers to itself as a new home for some reason. I don't know why this is. There's a save here. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. I didn't start a save. There's just a save there if you start the game. If you just download the game. But this is the game I actually really wanted to play all along. This is the game that I played off so that I could play. Because the thing is, off is required viewing for this. And look at this. This one's in English. This game was made originally in English. There's no translation involved here. I believe the guy I originally watched play off actually was working on a translation for this into French, but never finished it. But anyhow, I think it would of course make sense here to play this in English, given I'm speaking English and everyone else here clearly understands it, and most things here are in English. But I feel like this game's a little bit more fitting for my channel actually, since it's a little bit less known than the source material is. So I don't know what I'll do regarding like voice acting and whatnot. Okay, well good that my name is short then. That's the thing. So this game has difficulty options. I don't know how much this changes. Thing is, this game's a little bit obscure. The name doesn't help because it's hard to find. It's mostly known as Home, not A New Home. And it's hard to find any stuff about it online, in my experience. One of the reasons I'm playing it here, publicly. But I don't know what this changes as a result, because I've never been able to find information on what this does. I don't really want you guys to have to watch me like struggle to figure out puzzles, because I don't think that makes for good content. I don't think it's enjoyable to watch someone else struggle to figure something out. So I'll go with the easier puzzles. I can enjoy them in their own right, but I don't think it's very fun for people to watch me doing that. Combat I felt fine with last time, so we can keep going with that. Expert, I don't want to go too crazy on this. So, medium for fights, I guess, and easy for puzzles, I guess, is how we're doing this. A tricky thing with this game is that, despite its relative obscurity and resulting difficulty in finding information about it online and all the stuff within it, there's a lot of stuff in this game, and you can't see it all in one playthrough. It's not easy to just like save scum either to just see the different things. Like there are things throughout the game's entirety that can go different ways. And I guess we'll just see one of those here. It's not like I plan on playing through the game multiple times or anything. So we'll see how that goes. My job is to watch over the judge. So we notice, obviously, the parallels here to the original off. I will say, if you're a brave soul trying to watch this, getting this far without having seen off, this game's not going to make sense without having seen off. He's the guardian of Zone Zero. Narration, at least, I probably won't feel obligated to actually voice or read aloud. I might have to get used to not reading aloud the characters' voices. Maybe I'll start by reading their dialogue aloud like I did in the last game, and then see where the things go from there. The world has changed, but our role has not. Home. Honestly, I feel like the production values of this game are actually a bit higher than the original off, which makes me a little bit sad that it's not as recognized. If I remember right, the Mortis Ghost like this a lot. Yeah, see, for instance, we actually get art every now and then. Illustrations like this one, which I think is really, really cool. The illustrations, they're pretty simple, but of course that fits for off anyways. I really, really like the illustrations in this game that you see every now and then, and the plot and everything. I like this game a lot. I mean, this is how I started off Let's Plays originally, like playing games that I didn't think got much recognition that I really, really like, so. Pierce, our precious judge, is still asleep. Hi, Choosh. Figuring out how to draw this guy is always complicated, because he has a very distinctive appearance, and it's kind of tied to the art style. You should probably wake him up. Press the enter key. See, now I'm curious if something silly will happen if you don't press the enter key in a long time. I clearly had to press the enter key to get here. But this is nice. I always found Zone Zero weirdly tranquil. I think you can actually see the plastic outside the window too. Like, they added details in this game that weren't in the original. I like it a lot. Wake up, Zhuzh. I'll probably still call him the Zhuzh just out of habit. Sorry. Perfect, he's now awake and very startled. Who is the one beyond my eye that dares speak to me in such a tone? No need to be alarmed, Judge. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to actually read that loud, but I did. You knew this day would come. In a certain sense, it feels appropriate, too, not to actually voice the narration here. I like the thought of it just being voiceless. The dawn of your role as a puppet. Amazing. A puppet and a marionette. We've got levels here. Hi. Welcome, Blacks. I have been waiting for some time for your arrival. See, now that I actually know what the hell he's saying, it's a lot easier to voice. I can only move left, just in case you're curious. I could not move the other directions. Your next key lesson, thank you for the puns, by the way. Press the escape key. Never. Haha! I press the X key. I'll speak again. I'm alone. With Zhuzh. Maybe. Lux, it appears someone has just arrived. Please guide me to the stairs placed before me. Our story together begins now. Wonderful. Look at this. Words I don't have to translate for you. Yeah, I still don't know what that does. Alright, how are you, Judge? Judge. Judge. He's in the front rank. They call it row, apparently, in English. Instead of rank, whatever. Nothing too crazy going on here. He's got offensive equipment for feline creatures. I don't know how you take off your claws. I guess he declaws himself. The objects. The one thing that bugs me is everyone always stuck with that mistranslation of competence into competence, but whatever. You imbecile. Now is not the time to be wasting our breath pawing at pointless stones. Let us move on. Yeah. Yes, that is a window. It's a nice window. It's more detailed, I think, than the previous game. I don't think you could see the plastic thread in the first game. I'm going to examine all of these. Don't you doubt me, Judge. There we go. There's Zone Zero. Am I just obligated to say it in the other language now? I don't know. It's gonna be weird breaking this habit, but I'll have plenty of time to break this habit, believe me. So, a mysterious figure has decided to place himself before me. Such a creature to invade my precious personal zone. Nevertheless, I will introduce myself. I am the Judge, and I am aching to know your name, dear Captain Man. This might be verbatim what you said in the first game in English, or in one of the translations, of which there are like 3. Weird take on the batter, actually, with the yellow sleeves there. Interesting. I'm the batter. I've been assigned to a sacred mission. It has come to my attention that I am in need of your help. Sacred mission? If your mission is so sacred, then why are you in need of my help? I don't really see what the contradiction is there. The world beyond this zone is corrupt. I must purify it. Actually, that's a good point. Zone Zero per se, well, Zone Zero per se did get eventually purified. But Batter never went out of his way to do that. Why is that? The ghost just never appeared here. I don't know why that happened. Is there a reason for that? Like, I can see the floating blocks in the background, by the way, as a random thing. We did end up killing Zhuzh in the end anyways. So, consequently, Zone Zero has gone purified. But still. However, I have noticed a spirit around you. Shall I purify said specter controlling you? Their name is Blacks. They can't talk to us. However, they can see and hear everything. I like the switched roles of the original conversation here. I am delighted to have you here, Blacks. Nevertheless, explain why your sacred mission led you here. Lead? Sure. This zone has been deserted for years. But it's better that way. It's such a nice, tranquil place. It reminds me of like the pure time trials from Mirror's Edge. How it's just like these nicely colored, brightly colored geometric things just floating in space across this big like open sea. There's just something so pretty about it with this like ambient drone in the background that just sounds so nice. I love it. You have something I need. If I am to purify the world, I need a Zodiac card to proceed. Oh, yeah, those are how you, that's what opened up passage to another world. Or to another zone, better said. Well then, coincidence has it that today yours truly has such an item I believe you are looking for. You gave the batter a Zodiac card. No, Le Juge did that. I suggested no such thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. Batter actually does have a colored sprite in this game. His sleeves are actually yellow. I forgot that detail. Yeah, they added lots of small details to this game. So most of which are not really changes like that one. But lots of them are just more detail and whatnot. It's nice. I wish you the best of luck, foolish purificator. Purificator! Jeez. Your laudable quest is rather impossible, but do not let me stop you from such endeavors. Thanks. Bye. Yeah, the yellow's kind of weird. I feel the one thing I will complain about is I feel like Batter being totally black and white makes more sense, since he's the guy who purifies everything and makes everything all black and white. Yep, totally a reason to be here. The landing pad of Zone Zero. Okay, what? I was about to say, okay, he says the same thing, as if you guys couldn't read it. I don't know why Batter didn't know about these things. Were those animated in the first game? Duck Ticket. Yeah, you don't have to see them called Billets de Chance anymore. Yep, Silver Flash. In case you ever doubted whether these things are called what I'm calling them. Also, they have icons now. What? Come on, man. Shoes, don't you want the food at the bottom of this place? Fine. So I can't go in here. Presumably you can come back and go in there at some point. I do not know this game nearly as well as the first game. I've only seen Home once, and again, there's not as much to find about it online. So this is kind of half-blind-ish. I know I've been through the game before, but it's been a long time, so I'm not going to remember all that much. An interesting man. His quest is noble, yet impossible to accomplish. I think that we call that quixotic. That seems like a word you would use. No doubt his intrusions on the land will land him in a morgue. A sad funeral that no one would even visit. What a shame. Are you so sure of that, Bart? What do you think, Blocks? Might I inquire to your plans as an omnipotent guardian of the land? It's weird for a guardian to call me. Ah, but alas, you can't speak to me. A rather inadequate display of raw competence. Or competence, as translations would have you believe. How about we use that cerebrum of yours? Complete the puzzles on this island, or else you'll be stuck, wandering endlessly across these yellow lands, of which there are not that many. Bam! I'm totally winging this. I'm not actually thinking at all about where I'm kicking this thing. Oh, we're gonna work our way up this time. Darn it. Darn it. Oh, almost. It feels wrong approaching it from that side. Ah. Oh, why aren't these blocks animated anymore? It's kind of weird. Oh, don't do this to me. I'm not in a... Wait. Yeah, this is where it came from. I'm not in the mental state for this right now. This is not the kind of thing I can easily do while recording. You know what? I'm going to do it while not recording. That's what I'll do. See you next time.